This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to our review of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, Episode 7. This is titled Art for Art's Sake, and full spoilers going into this. This is the episode where we get to, for the first time, fully see Daredevil in action and him going and investigating into a case. And easily that makes it the worst episode of the season. April Fool's for that, just had to toss a little thing in there just to mark that this came out on April Fool's Day, and easily this was one of the best episodes of the season. I still think that the premiere was such a solid episode that it's probably the best one so far. But so this episode it was just really incredible. It had some great moments, and it does look like Vanessa is being tempted to go and take over Fisk's empire. That's definitely going to be interesting to see, and looking at it, I think that it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on with her, because it does seem like she didn't go through with this one. She was only setting a trap for the one guy, and it ultimately did work out because, well, Fisk immediately mentions after about Vanessa, and then also he has someone waiting there, and it was a very obvious setup for a trap. So it is just pretty interesting here. I do want to go on with her going on with this. But then there is just, it's a bunch of other stuff. There's the scene between Matt and the I don't remember her name, but I know she's the second weight taker and is Hector's niece, and it was a nice scene between them where he is just trying to figure out everything. It's done well, and it's clear Matt's still hiding his identity, but trying to figure out as much as possible. As well as good narratives with Cherry in this, where Cherry doesn't want to help him go and push down this path even further, but Matt is more or less convinced to continue on, and he is going to do it really with no one else's help, or he could do it with help. So that is interesting. And then you can see the small effect of his time as Daredevil once again going and eating into his time as a lawyer. And that sets up, of course, just a very common and interesting conflict for him. And going and continuing on. And just really everything with this storyline. It was just super interesting as they get to the final revelation of who Muse is, although I think basically everyone figured it out when he first appeared in either it was either sometime in episode 1 or towards the beginning of episode 2, but it's always interesting to see he did serve as a great antagonist for this, and the fight between them was very brutal. I do like it, and it's cool to see them both suited up and fighting, and for him to, really think for the first time, be fighting someone in a full-on comic accurate suit in his suit. So, and really besides Fisk, but Fisk really just wears suits, as in like business suits. So that really doesn't count. But it's the first time he's fighting like a costumed character that's in a completely comic accurate suit, and really the second time because only other time I can think of him fighting someone in the Daredevil suit that has a sort of a costume on is Bullseye earlier this season. Or actually, maybe Elektra and the Punisher and the Defenders, but this is like really the first time I would say it's like a traditional like superhero costume or supervillain costume in Muse's case, and it was definitely an interesting fight, and really just going through it, it's that really intense fight, very brutal, and actually survived, that the love interest did survive. I felt like it was a really good chance that she was going to die, and that was going to push Matt to go even further down. But the fact that she did survive is going to make things interesting going forward, and I wonder what they're going to do with this relationship and what will happen when Karen eventually returns, because I'm certain she is. And yeah, honestly, I'm just really excited. The stuff with Fisk here is great, as he is going and telling, we need to say that it was the police who did it, even though it was Daredevil. It was a very typical of like a corrupt politician character where they don't want the enemy they have to go and take credit for stuff they want done. And it's gonna be interesting to see because he knows who Daredevil is, but also can't act on that specific fact because of what Matt said he would do to Vanessa if, well, Fisk ever went after him personally or any of the people he cared about. And then also, I think that interesting, well, seeing if we have Matt figure out that his girlfriend has been going and, well, counseling Fisk and his wife. So I do wonder if there's anything going to be coming from that where he figures it out. And I know she'll eventually figure out that Matt is Daredevil. And I do wonder how long that will take. But I'm assuming it's probably going to be in the next episode or two. Well, we're on episode, I think, what, like 7 is what I said we're on. And, well, there's only 9 episodes in the season, so we're getting close to the end. There is 2 episodes left, and then there'll be a break until the next season starts. But still, the episode was just really exciting. I can't wait to see what they do next week. And I am wondering who's going to serve as the direct antagonist, if it's just going to be the police task force, if Punisher will return and do something, or something else interesting could happen. I'm definitely excited to see where they go. Really solid episode, and I'm excited to see how it continues. But yeah, just going through the rest of it, don't think there's too much more to mention. There's really everything with Muse. The scene where, they're figuring it out and talking about all his psychology and everything that's going on with him was really interestingly well done. And as it cuts back to him having this, well, psychological evaluation, and the Matt's girlfriend just slowly figuring out who this is, and then him going and just trying to kill her. That was honestly really intense. And the last scene between Matt and his girlfriend was really well done, as Matt is, trying to comfort her, and now while doing it, while also not revealing, he knows everything that was going on since he was there. And yeah, honestly, I think her fact also that she said that basically like only cowards hide behind masks was pretty interesting. And we could even see a really interesting feat where she teams up with Fisk to go and take down people like Daredevil and other heroes, and that could set a major problem for Matt, and that honestly could be pretty interesting, and set him at a really interesting problem where his girlfriend is fully against superheroes and wants to take them down, especially after everything that happened to her. But yeah, honestly, it could be interesting. Honestly, I'm not sure which way they'll go, but that could be a really interesting way to go with the story. So let me know what you think in the comments. And quick side note, I'll have a post about it, but in about hour, probably 15 minutes, but from the time this goes up, it'll take a few minutes to upload. The Shire set releases, so just so you're aware of that. If you did plan to get it, so you could go and start getting your Lego count ready. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.